Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to share with you a fake versus a real Louis Vuitton Neverfull. Can you guys tell which one is the real and which one is the fake right away? I'm gonna share with you pictures of the comparisons, and I'm gonna also share with you how I think you can spot fake Louis Vuitton bags just from feeling them or seeing them for the first time. And if you guys want to know what I noticed, what kind of differences there are, then keep on watching. Alright guys, so I actually have two Louis Vuitton Neverfulls here. So can you spot which one is the real one, which one is the fake one? Can you spot that right away? Wiggle that number around. Alright, so this one is a real one and this one is a fake one. You can kind of see that from like just looking at them. Do you see how much this more shines? So this is the real one. It just has a way nicer sheen to it. So it's not from the lighting because this is still a lot more shiny than this one. So this is a way more matte. And just from the first impression, honestly, the real one is just a lot heavier. I mean, it's not heavy by any means, but this one is just a lot lighter. I will insert pictures because I just tried to film that video before and it was kind of difficult showing everything on camera, so I will insert some pictures of some videos while I am talking because I feel like that's a little easier. So firstly, I wanted to talk about like the main impression of the bag. So if you have owned Louis Vuitton bags before, or if you had a lot of Louis Vuitton bags in your hand before, you will spot the difference right away. I feel like the fake Louis Vuitton bag just feels not good quality. I mean, it looks pretty decent. I think if this would be online, it would, like with the right like color grading and things like that, you could make it, I don't know, you could maybe probably trick someone into buying a fake one, which we definitely don't want. So you have to pay like really close attention on how to spot the difference between the bags. I'm gonna start off with the canvas. So like I said, the real one is a lot more shinier, so you could probably even see that on photos because it's pretty noticeable. And then also what I noticed is that they got the pattern pretty well. So there's actually, if you guys can see, there's actually always these little, in the Damier Ebene and the Damier Azur, there's always these little squares where you have the Louis Vuitton Paris in between. And to the next one, so the one down here, you have to have 1, 2, 3, 4 dark brown squares in between, and then 4 dark brown squares across, which is actually the case in the fake one. And yeah, so they did that pretty well, I would say. Also, what I kind of feel like from looking at it side by side, I feel like the placement of the straps and also the placement of the handles is pretty accurately. So I'm pretty impressed by that, honestly, because I feel like they've really done a good job copying that one. But not one thing you notice right away, for example, is some loose threads. So Louis Vuitton shouldn't have, so you can see that right here, for example. So on a Louis Vuitton bag, there shouldn't be any loose threads, and if there are, you should take it to them like right away. Also, what I can feel about the handles is that from the fake bag, the handles are a lot thicker than from the original one, and also the original ones are a lot thicker, so they're 2-layered and they have a beautiful piping. And here the stitching is actually not that bad, but I feel like it's just one piece of fabric, whereas this one is definitely like a doubled layer of leather here, and on the fake one it's fabric, so you have that. So they feel a lot lighter as well, and also just a little, how should I say, like you can bend them more easily. With this one, it's just like they stay in place. They also stay up, whereas on the fake bag, they flop down. Like you can see that they're not substantial. You could probably also measure this because I feel like on the fake one, yeah, the straps are a little longer. So you can see that on the difference here. So that's kind of like the outside. Also, of course, on the original one, you have the leather things here to pull it in. So this one stays really nicely. So if you want to fold that and have it like a different shape, like that. You can do that and it stays really nicely. I noticed that on the fake bag you can't really do that. This is like, the loop is like a little too big, so that looks kind of awkward and it doesn't stay like that. Also kind of the stitching on the outside part. This one is like the stitching on this original bag is the same color as the light check. And this one is a totally different color entirely. I feel like they got the color of the bag pretty accurately also on the inside as well. But I feel like on the stitching you can really tell because that's definitely craftsmanship. Yeah, on Louis Vuitton bags, so that's a lot, like a really big thing that you're paying on. But I feel like on the top the glazing is really nicely done on the fake bag as well. On the bottom you have this piping running through, and on the original one, yeah, this one has a more prominent piping as this one, and also as you can see this one stays in place. This is just a little thicker, so this one is kind of floppy and can like crease really easily because it's less material, and this one is pretty substantial, so that's something to keep in mind. Also, looking at the hardware, you can just really tell. Like the hardware is just like giving it away entirely. Like this is the original one. So you can really see like there's really good hardware, and this is the fake one. So you can really see the difference. So all in all, I feel like just the price you're paying is reflected on the quality. So of course there are also better fakes, like some super fakes that you can get in, for example, Turkey does them, I feel like. And they're also pretty expensive, but they look almost identically. So that's something that you can also, yeah, just like keep in mind that they're also super fakes that are even better quality. Like for example, you can really see this pouch is way too tiny and it's not detachable, and this one isn't even gold, and this one is really bad quality. But from the inside, I feel like it looks pretty good. It even has this little clasp where you can like clasp it together to not be that open anymore. I feel like also the sizing is pretty accurately, so this is definitely reflected of a Louis Vuitton Neverfull MM. Also, if you would wear it like this, I think not that many people could tell right away. But yeah, the real one is just definitely, like I said, just more substantial if you look at the like clasp and everything. Even though this bag is like 7 years old or something, it's still super shiny. It's still super good quality. Like if you open the clasp, it's kind of like heavy and not flimsy and things like that. So that's something. Of course, your Louis Vuitton bag should also have a date code. So the date code, all right, sorry guys, I was just off because I was looking for the date code and I couldn't find it. But then actually my boyfriend found it, so it's behind the flap and it has the date code right here. Because I always thought that the date code was on a pretty obvious placement, but it kind of isn't. So yeah, so the fake one doesn't have a date code, although don't be fooled because sometimes fake bags also do have date codes. So I will leave a website down below where you can check if a bag does have an authentic date code. I don't know if they like steal date codes that also exist, so I don't know about that. Generally, I would say I feel like you can pretty safely say if a bag is authentic or not by just holding it in your hands. Especially if you own 1 or 2 Louis Vuitton bags already and are used to the quality. And I also feel like they get better over time. Like I feel like they got so good. So this is the fake one from the interiors, so I think like the coloring and the canvas and everything looked really good. So I feel like you kind of have to hold it in your hands to be able to see it, because if you just see it online, they could also use pictures of an authentic bag and then send you the wrong one, so be cautious of that. I don't know if I'm the best person to judge because I'm kind of paranoid by like stories of people getting fake bags, and yeah, but I think I have a really good eye judging, especially Louis Vuitton bags. I don't have the same judging skills when looking at other designers, but I feel like Louis Vuitton, especially canvas pieces, are pretty easy to judge because you have these, you even have like that, this is like one piece of canvas, so you have that, and for example in the monogram sometimes it's like one piece on the speedies, for example, so the back is backwards and things like that. But I will leave some websites down below if you want to check out some more information on maybe also monogram canvas, because this can also be a lot different for monogram pieces. Then check that out as well. I hope this was somewhat helpful, especially with the pictures that I took, because I feel like based on photos it's quite difficult to see, but if you spot like these little difference, for example just like odd font sizes, and if you see like stitching or stitching issues and things like that, like crooking stitching and also like loose threads. And like I said, the biggest giveaway on the authenticity of the bag was definitely the handles. So like I said, for the fake one it's way less sturdy for the bag, and also it's a little thicker, and yeah, this is just not good quality. So you can see that. Just like some more thoughts on fake bags, because I don't know, I get this thing a lot where I see like people walking around with fake bags, and honestly like I never thought about this before making my YouTube channel. I was just never a fan of fake bags, but I honestly just bought like Louis Vuitton lookalikes and Hermes. Like I had a fake Hermes click-clack bracelet. It didn't say Hermes anywhere, but it was still fake. So, and I also had a Louis Vuitton handbag when I was like 12. I bought it, or like 10. I bought it in Italy, so I thought that was the coolest thing. And just like my personal opinion, I don't know why people have to buy fakes of something, like something that says Louis Vuitton or Chanel or Yves Saint Laurent, because I feel like it's the same as with, for example, putting a Mercedes star on like a Toyota. I'm not hating on Toyota, by the way, I'm driving a Toyota, so like, but it's just not the same, like it's not the same quality. So if you just want quality and also want something kind of for a status symbol, then you should just go out and save up for it, or I don't know, like finance it or something. And if you don't want that, then maybe you should like buy something that is like look-alike. I don't have anything against look-alikes, because like for example right now with all of the Bottega Veneta chain pouches and things like that, I love the look of them, and I'm really like, if there would be a really nice one on Zara, I would definitely consider buying it, but I would never buy something that says Bottega Veneta that is not, because I feel like first of all it's kind of like stealing art. The design houses worked a lot for their reputation. They've been around for almost, like some of them even like several hundreds of years, or at least like more than 100 of years. And I feel like it's just like with university, for example, we have a lot of high restrictions for plagiarism, and that is the same. Like I feel like it's just stealing an idea, stealing craftsmanship, stealing art. But well, you're not stealing craftsmanship, but stealing the idea, stealing the design, stealing just like the look. And also the status is just unfair, and to me not cool. If something looks the same but doesn't say the name, I don't know if that's, I don't know if that's like the, I would rather still have the original thing. But if you just cannot afford a Bottega Veneta bag, like I don't want to spend like 2,700 euros on a bag. Like I've never spent that much on a bag, and if I would spend that, I would get a second-hand Chanel handbag, if you know what I mean. So I think that's totally valid. But I feel like you can, first of all, they have some quirky like design like changes where you can obviously see that this is not the real deal, and then also you can see from the quality right away. And if someone has kind of like a trained eye, and I just think it's kind of embarrassing to like walk around with a fake. I would rather have something that looks really nice, it's amazing quality. You can get really nice leather bags for like 100 euros or something that are no name, or even like Zara has nice leather bags sometimes for like 40 or 50 euros that look really nice, and that also hold their hold the test of, or stand the test of time. So that's just my opinion. I I just don't like it. And I haven't really read into it, but I watched some videos of people talking about fake bags, and they talked about like the horrible conditions under which they are made, because they're usually manufactured in like China or other poorer countries like Bangladesh or Turkey and things like that. So I don't know, it's just like not good circumstances. You can argue that about clothing as well. I know that nobody's perfect, but I just feel like I wouldn't want to choose to support it. So those are just my feelings. I just wanted to, I don't know, just share some opinion and some insight maybe, so maybe you'll learn something, because I'm thinking about buying online, but I'm just terrified of getting my hands on a fake bag and then having to deal with refunds and things like that, and maybe not be refunded at all. That happened to a lot of YouTubers already. So I kind of just wanted to give you a rundown, like kind of my knowledge or kind of my first impression on like a fake bag and the original counterpart, and how you can spot that on Louis Vuitton. I feel like it's easy on Louis Vuitton, but yeah, I don't know. I hope this kind of helped. I know this is a really popular style and this is copied so much, so I kind of hope you learned something. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and please leave in the comments down below if you had already experiences with fake bags, or if you were in an awkward situation revolving a fake bag. Yeah, so if you have that, please leave it down below. I would love to hear. Otherwise, please consider subscribing to my channel. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers, so that would be awesome. So thank you so much for spending some of your precious time with me today. I really appreciate you watching my videos and supporting me, and I will see you for my next video. Thank you. Bye bye.